All right, 8th grade, your next project is going to be these beautiful radial designs. I have an example like this. I've got one like this. I have another one that's like this. Okay, and they're actually pretty easy to do. So I'm going to show you, you just have to get used to doing things kind of like in a circle. So we're going to start by setting up your paper. You're going to take your ruler and make sure that it says inches at the top and that you can actually read it, that the numbers aren't backwards. So like with my rulers being see-through, you can accidentally flip it over the wrong way, but you don't want that. Also, if you notice that my ruler doesn't start 0 is at the edge, it comes in a little bit. So what you're going to do is take your paper, line your ruler up so that the edge of the paper is at 0 right here, and you're going to then find where the 6 inches is, and you're going to make a tick mark like this. Then what you're going to do is slide your ruler down to the bottom, and you're doing the same thing like this down at the bottom. You can then line your ruler up between the 2 tick marks, and you're going to draw a line like this. Turn your paper so that line is now horizontal in front of you. And then what you're going to do is again line your ruler up, edge of the paper to the 0, mark at the 6, mark at the 6, and then you're going to draw a line, and so now you have 4 equal quadrants. Now your next step is to make a line going from corner to corner. So I'm going to line my ruler up from this corner to this corner like this. I'm going to draw a line going down like that, and then also like this, corner to corner, and draw a line. And now we have this kind of like spider web type thing. Okay. Now, after that, what you're going to do is take your compass. Now, if you haven't used a compass before, you might want to flip your paper over and do this on the back. So if you put your hand right here in the center like this, and then I like to anchor my paper using my thumb and my pinky, and you can put it in any one of these points here like this. The further out you go, the bigger your circle is. And if you just put it down like this, go in one direction and the other direction, then you get a circle. Okay, so you might want to practice this on the back. Also, if you want to get a piece of tape and tape down your picture, that might help you as well. So I'm going to flip it to the other side, and I'm going to take this ring right here, this gold ring, and I'm going to put it right here where all the lines intersect in the center like this. And then what I'm going to do is draw 3 circles on my paper, and each one of them has to have, the starting point has to be in that center right there. So don't move your compass away after you've done the one circle, then the next circle, and then your last circle. It doesn't matter how far apart you make your 3 circles. You don't need to space them exactly the same apart. You just need to have 3 circles. Okay, so once I have these done, I need to look then at all these different points as different intersections. Okay, and what you're going to do is just basically connect the points together. What you do to one section, though, you have to do to all of the sections. So, for instance, I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to connect this point to this point right here like this. So now I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to go like this. Now that means then I have to do this all the way around because everything needs to be done symmetrical, and we're doing this a radial symmetry, which means it's symmetrical in a circle. Okay, so I'm going to go like this, line it up, and I'm going to draw a line going all the way across like this, okay? Then maybe I can do something else. Maybe I want to do a line going from this point to this point like this. So that means then I have to do this all the way up, like this. Okay. Outside here, maybe I'm going to go like this. So I'm going to do a line that goes here, and I'm going to line it up from the corner to this point here. And again, I'm going to do this all the way around so that it is symmetrical. So then what happens is you get this kind of neat negative space too. Negative space is the parts that are left over. And a lot of these end up looking kind of like snowflakes or even like diamonds, things like that. Okay, so I did some there. Maybe I'll do some more on the inside here. Okay, I'm going to line this up to this point right here. And again, I'm going to do this all the way around. What I do to one point, I need to do to the next point. And I'm going to go like this all the way around, like so. Okay, and then maybe I'll do something here in the center. Maybe I want this point and this point to match up. So I'm going to do that. Like this. And I'm going to make some like crazy star going around. Okay, so I made that all match up like that. Okay, so maybe now I want to take this point and do something with this. Maybe I want to take this point here and go off to maybe somewhere along here. So I'm going to actually measure this. I'm going to take my ruler, and you see this is 3.5. I'm going to make this point go to maybe 2 3/4 in. So what I do to one, though, I have to do to all of them. So again, I go over here, and I'm going to measure then 1 3/4 in here like this. And I'm going to do this all the way around here. So you can get real technical too. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to do this point here, and I'm going to make a line go out this way. So I'm going to now, and that way now I know that all my lines are actually the same. So I'm going to do something like this. So you can do some measuring as well to create new spots. Okay, now the next thing I want to show you, okay, so you can do things like that. That's kind of cool too. All right, so you can also do things with your compass too. So maybe you want to do a circle like right here too. So I'm going to line my ruler or my compass up, gold ring right here where that intersects, and then maybe I'm going to do like a half circle right here, okay? So remember which point I put that in. I put that in that first one right there. And then I can go over to this side and do something like this here. So you can use the compasses as well to come up with some designs to put along here. Okay, so I did that. Fill this whole paper up with a bunch of different lines, like really fill it up. just when you think you have enough lines, add some more. So maybe I want to go like this now and like this. Okay, the more the merrier at this point, because what you're going to do next is start to erase lines. And I know that seems kind of counterproductive, but you get some interesting designs when you do it this way. Okay. So now I can maybe go over here. Okay. And then I'm just going to keep adding a few more lines, I think, and then I might be done. Okay, so I have a whole bunch on here. I think are pretty good. Make sure you have a lot going on out here too. Like, don't ignore any of these other little sections that you have. Make sure that you have lines on here. Because again, what you can start doing is you're going to be erasing some lines, and then you're going to get some pretty cool patterns when you do so. And you might actually end up adding some lines too. Okay, so I'm going to look at this, and maybe now what I want to do is start getting rid of some of my circles. So maybe I'm going to get rid of this circle here. Maybe I don't want that anymore. Okay, so I'm taking that out. Maybe I also don't want this circle. Maybe I'm going to get rid of this one. Maybe I'm going to get rid of all my circles. So you're going to start subtracting things now. Okay, so now I'm getting rid of this one as well. Now you might have to go back in with your ruler to get those lines back in again that you had if you're starting to kind of erase those lines too. Okay, so maybe now, see this point right here? Maybe I don't like that these lines are here. So maybe now I'm going to take my eraser and I'm going to take that away. So now I'm left with this point like this. But again, what you do to one area, you have to do to the next. So I'm going to do the same thing over here like this. And the same thing over here like this. Okay, and then go around. Okay, maybe I don't want. Maybe I don't want. Maybe I do kind of like those. Okay, so let me put some of these back in here that we can see a little bit better. Oh, maybe I don't want this line going across here anymore. So maybe I'm going to erase this part right here, but I'm going to keep the rest. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to put this in. Okay, and what I do to one, though, I'm going to take away from the rest. So this is going to go away, and this is going to go away. Okay, and so that then I have them all equal. Okay, and now I can start putting them in. I'm going to pause it so I can get these in. Okay, so I finished taking away what lines that I want to go, and then what I'm going to do is get a Sharpie marker, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to outline everything. After I'm done outlining everything, I'm going to take my mark. I'm just going to show you this example here, and I'm going to then start coloring in some areas black, dark. Okay, so now you have a nice contrast between thickened line, also lines filled in. It really gives it that nice contrast. Okay, so your next after you're done erasing your lines, and bringing a few lines back in. So for instance, maybe I want to go from this point, and I want line in like this. Okay. So you might see that after you start taking things away, so there's some that maybe you want to put back in. So I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to add that in. Okay. So take time, look at it, hold it out away from like this at a distance, so you can really see what you have going on. go over it with a sheet. Use your ruler. So if you have a straight line, use a ruler to go with the straight line with the Sharpie. Okay? These unfortunately, you have to freehand to go around. So if you have you're going to have to freehand those. Then what you're going to do is start cutting these in with a Sharpie marker. When you're all done with that eraser, and I want you to erase all your smudges and smears and things that. Okay. And then you can start about color and adding color into your picture. Then at that point. All right.